Hey Roland, how was your weekend?
Good. How about you, Stella?
Mine was great. I hope everyone out there had a great weekend.
Yeah, we're looking forward to a long weekend coming up.
Well, happy Monday. We've got a great episode lined up for you this week.
We sure do. But before we get started, let's get to the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please pause for a moment of silent reflection.
Good morning, Fave family. This is your principal, Dr. Bart, and I hope everyone is doing well. Hey, just a quick heads up. Today is October 3rd, so that means that Recovery Day is coming up. Make sure you're getting your work in so you can finish this first semester strong. Also, don't forget, as always, keep your cameras on. Make sure you're engaging in class. If you need help, reach out to your teachers. All right, we're keeping it short this time around. Don't forget, we've got our community event coming up later on this month, and lots of good things happening. So I hope you're doing well, and we will see you later. All right, bye.
Hey Fave, middle and high school students, I hope you've been staying on top of your work. Last day for recovery work is October 5th. We will run a regular bell schedule that day. If you're missing any assignments, your teacher will invite you to recovery day to turn in any missing assignments or to do recovery on those assignments. You should take this advantage of this opportunity if you're missing any work. Bye.
Hey, Fave family. Life Touch will offer optional school pictures for Fave students this Wednesday on October 5th at both our North and South touchdown locations. While Fave will not have a yearbook this year, photos taken on this day will be used for school IDs and to update our students' Infinite Campus photos. Any high school student who may need a school ID for any reason will need to take photos with Life Touch to receive a photo. If you'd like to sign up for Picture Day or order pictures, please go to our Owl Express for more information and links to sign up for Picture Day.
Attention Fave students. FAFSA Information Night is tomorrow night, October 4th from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. The student workshop for FAFSA students will be on Wednesday, November 30th from 1 to 2 p.m. The links for the meetings will be provided for families and students to join virtually. Look in the Owl Express for more information.
Hey Faith family, did you know that we have our own official crest now? Well, now you do. Congratulations to our crest design winner, Milo.
Troop 22182 has a few available slots for new members. If you are a female middle school student, you can join our troop this year. We meet online and in person If you want to meet new people and try new things, this is the trip for you. Bonus, we are planning a big adventure during spring break this year. Space is limited. Contact Miss Felix for more information. felix@fultonschool.org or call 470-696-1568.
When Yom Kippur begins at sundown on Tuesday, October 4th, Jewish people around the world will begin to observe the holiest day of the year in their religion. For 25 hours, until sundown on Wednesday, October 5th, they will refrain from any food and drink, including water. They will spend the majority of the day in synagogue, praying to God and repenting for their sins. Unlike Rosh Hashanah, which happened just last week, the day is not necessarily joyous or festive, but solemn and reflective. Consequently, it is not customary to greet those observing with Happy Yom Kippur, although there are not necessarily repercussions if you do that. The best greeting to give to someone observing Yom Kippur in English is, have an easy fast. For those who are not fasting but are observing the Yom Kippur, you can wish them a good Yontif or Yom Tov, which are Yiddish and Hebrew respectively for have a good holy day.
A few weeks ago, everyone here at Fave Tv had the opportunity to sit down and interview our assistant principal, Miss Burns. We've been sharing parts of that interview with you over the past few weeks. Today, we have the final installation of the 3-part interview series, and I think you'll see exactly how lucky we are to have Miss Burns as a member of our administrative team.
Hi, Taylin.
Thanks, Ben. The question I have is, what was the hardest part, or what is the hardest part about working at Fave?
Hardest part for me is not being able to be around people all day. We have really cool alternatives here at Fave, such as like lunch bunches, so I can join in with you guys. But I can honestly say that that's the hardest part of my day. It's just being able to have that connection with kids and students. So that really is the hardest part of my day.
All right. So now, how do you balance your work life and your free time?
You have to create boundaries. And so the beautiful thing about technology is that you're available any time of the day. And so what has worked for me recently is just creating hard stop and start time.
Yeah, that's true. That's really important. Right. So my last question is, what adjectives would you use to describe your presence at Fave?
I don't know, but I do know I'm like the little silent person that you really don't know what they're doing, but they're doing a whole lot. So kind of like a little duck. I look like I'm really calm, breezing through, and then I'm paddling really, really fast underneath. So
That's all right. Well, thank you for giving me the opportunity to interview.
thank you, Dalen.
So my first question for you is, what do you believe is the biggest challenge students face?
I think the biggest challenge that students may face is communication. You know, like when you're in a school, you can make an announcement on the intercom, and everybody kind of hears the announcement. What did they say? Or, you know, we would project the announcements kind of like on the TV, and you just had these multiple forms of communication. I think sometimes for students, what I can see is just communication, receiving the same message, or you may get a message from your teacher, but then another teacher says it a different way. So I think that is really the biggest piece, because you're at home, so we can't press the magical intercom button to get everybody's attention. Or like if we have emergencies in a virtual school, it's kind of hard to get that in. So I would say communication. A lot of times when I talk to students and I ask them, you know, what went wrong, you know, they'll say they didn't know some information, or they may, you know, didn't check their email, or they didn't understand the message. So I think communication would be the greatest barrier for some students, or either time management, just learning that some of it you have to monitor yourself with a lot of our assignments.
Oh yeah, I do understand that. Sometimes I get different emails saying different things about the same subject, and I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? Or when I have 2 teachers trying to call me at once.
Yeah.
So my second question for you is your job what you thought it would be when you started?
Yes, I knew exactly what I was getting into. I knew anytime that you begin a new school, there will be challenges along the way because it's brand new and you have to create everything, create your policies, and it's kind of a work in progress. And so I knew that that would be the challenge. So sometimes that is the greatest challenge for me that I may face day to day. But I knew what I was getting into. As an assistant principal, it's your job to just figure it out. You doesn't matter the situation, you got to come up with an answer because kids and parents are relying on you. So you have to work it out to the best of your ability. So no matter the situation, I know as an assistant principal, it's my job. I got to get it figured out to help you guys.
Yeah, I mean, you have an entire school to manage. So sometimes I can see if it gets difficult or whatnot. And speaking of which, my third and final question is, do you ever feel like giving up?
No, because I know that so many students need this. But when we first began this school, we started Fave on the idea that it would be for students who love virtual learning. And then it kind of transpired into a space where people needed to go after the pandemic. But now we're back in a space. I feel like we're getting back in a space to where this works for kids. Like they love this better than face-to-face school. So every time that I think about giving up, I have to remember that this is what some students need. It's kind of like a prescription. Everybody has their own remedy or need for, like a medication. So sometimes school is that way. And so anytime that I think about giving up, I just think about the teachers that need this and then students that this works best for them.
That one actually really touched me a lot, sometimes things might get really hard, but you remember that the reason why you're doing what you do is because you enjoy helping others, and I enjoy helping people too. Thank you for letting me interview you.
No problem. It was a pleasure.
It was a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.
Thank you again, Ms. Burns, for your time and dedication to making Fave the best it can be for students and teachers alike.
Come join Fave students and staff at Crabapple Center on Wednesday, October 19th for game night. There will be karaoke, kickball, track races, and basketball. You can even bring your own t-shirts and hats to put on Fave logos with our screening expert. There will also be game stations throughout. Plan to attend from 5 to 7 p.m. We hope to see you there.
Hey, it's me, Cadence. No, it's not the chair talking. It's me. Have you been keeping your cameras on in class? Can your teacher see you when you have your cameras on in class? Not the ceiling, not your tills, but your face. Your teacher wants to see your smiling face. So come on, guys and girls, let's show our faces and keep our cameras on. Let's have fun at Fave!
Hey Fave family, for this week's episode, we have some special guests joining us. Let's welcome Mrs. White, who is our elementary school and middle school counselor, and Miss Gracie, who is our high school counselor. Let's see what they have to say about their jobs.
Hey guys, it's Mrs. White, your school counselor. This year I'm working with the elementary and middle school students at Fave. It's my second year at Fave and I look forward to working with all of you. In my free time, I love to read, to travel, to shop on Amazon, and to volunteer in our community. I also love to spend time with my family, especially my 2 boys, my husband, and our cat, Grayson. I am so excited to be working with you guys this year, and let's have a wonderful year. See you soon.
My name is Julie Gracie, and I'm your high school counselor. This is my 18th year as a school counselor, and I'm excited to help our first graduating class walk across the stage. This year, I will see you during classroom guidance, advisement meetings, grade level information nights, and small group workshops. I'm also available during the day for questions and individual meetings as needed. I am looking forward to meeting all of you and helping you throughout your high school journey. My email address is graciej@fultonschools.org. Reach out if you have any questions or if you just want to say hi. Have a great week at Fave.
Well, thank you so much, Mrs. White and Miss Gracie, for telling us about your jobs and joining us for this week's episode of Fave TV.
Hey Roland, did you know that we have a library here at Fave?
Come on, Stella. What are you talking about? Do you have a library in your house? No way.
No, really, we do. It's a virtual library where you can actually check out books and either read or listen to them from your own computer.
For real? How do you do that?
Through Sora, it's an application through ClassLink that lets you borrow all kinds of books.
And I'm coming to you with a book recommendation. The book is called Green Glass House by Kate Milford. The genre is mystery and fiction. The book is about a child named Mila and his parents own Green Glass House Inn. They usually don't get many visitors, especially in the wintertime. But suddenly, the guest bell keeps on ringing and ringing. Throughout the story, Mila tries to figure out why so many guests are coming in and coming out, and especially at this time. I hope you guys like my book recommendation, and do not forget, go to Fave TV's flip page and recommend your favorite book on Sora.
That's really cool. I didn't know we could check out books.
Right? And I think that book Alyssa recommended sounds great.
Same. Listen up, Fave family. If you have a book on Sora that you recommend to us like Alyssa did, use the QR code to record your book review.
We'd love to hear from you.
Hey Fave family, would you like to be on our episodes? You can submit a Flipgrid of your pets, artwork, tell a funny story, anything that's school appropriate. To get to the Flipgrid link, scan this QR code on the screen. We love to see your answers. Bye.
Well, that's it for this week here on Fave TV.
We hope you enjoyed watching and that you will send in some of your book recommendations soon.
Let us know if you have any ideas for future episodes.
And make sure you always keep those cameras on so your teachers and friends can see you.
Have a great week. Bye.
Bye.
Fave TV, we bring the news to your nest.